So we were approached a few days ago by the Exmouth Museum, which is a local volunteer-led organisation, about the brambles at the back of their building. Here's us pulling up. This is the last thing I wanted to happen. A huge lorry coming the other way, potentially hitting us, but we managed to avoid that. And as we come around the corner here, you'll see the size of the problem. Not a particularly big job, and because it's a volunteer-run organisation, I decided that I'd do it at no cost at all to them, see if I can help them out. And it's all these brambles up against the wall here. My contact there explained to me that it had been done a couple of years ago during COVID, where they'd cut everything down, but they'd come back with a vengeance. So it's almost all brambles. There's just a little bit of buddleia there. The buddleia is a bit more of a problem than the brambles because it can tend to grow in between the bricks and separate them and potentially cause some structural damage. But now you can see the extent of the problem. We've got a bit of ivy growing up the wall as well. We will take care of some of that later, but for now we're leaving most of it because there's some other issues that need dealing with first. You can see all the rubbish in amongst it, a few pots there that we moved before we got started, and then just got cracking. The piece next door, just around the corner there, is up to Iceland to sort that out. So here we've got Gareth on the brush cutter with a mulching attachment, and the idea with this is that we can get rid of most of the volume of brambles and cut them up into a size that we can easily get them sorted out. I'm there with the yellow helmet in the background, just using the hedge trimmer to cut around the downpipe so that Gareth can see it and he doesn't hit it with the brush cutter, because the downpipe wasn't in the best condition. It's clearly been there for quite a while, and hitting it with a brush cutter would probably have destroyed it. Just trying to clear away the bulk of the brambles as we go. Gareth's doing a really good job of just mulching them all down, but we can't really see yet all the rubble and soil and things. It's not quite been exposed. There's a huge amount of it in there, far more than I expected. Here we are, I've got a plastic bag coming out. So everything was separated out at the end of the job, and we recycled what we could and composted what we could of the green material, but a lot of it just had to go in the skip. This gives you a good idea techniques that Gareth's using to cut up the brambles. This is the way we deal with brambles all the time. Just up and down, get the mulching blade through them, cuts them up so that you can rake them up, get them into dumpy bags and get rid of them. Trying not to hit the wall wherever possible, but to separate some of the stuff from the wall, do have to gently go up against the wall there without causing any damage, but we just got to get those brambles off the wall. Rubbish, got a couple of buddleia up this end, so these are the ones that we really wanted to make sure we got out. Just jump on for a quick ride, but Gareth's taken them off and disposed of them. It's us sorting out most of that buddleia very quickly. Dug the rest of that out a little bit later. just to try and stop it from growing back. Got Sol in the middle there, raking up the debris, and I'm just going along the wall there with a shovel, picking up some of the rubble and trying to get the roots and everything out from the wall, growing between the wall and the concrete there. This was a pretty challenging task, and wearing my chainsaw trousers and boots didn't take me very long to get sweaty, but I'm sure you'll see that in a minute. Backwards and forwards. One piece isn't coming off very easily, and I'll work up a little bit, see if I can get at it from a different angle. All it needs is a big kick. Just finished cleaning up the bulk of the green waste, and now we're just looking to get as much of this stuff out as possible, get it in the back of the truck so we can go and dispose of it responsibly. We've got Gareth up in the truck emptying the bags out. It was just so much of this stuff, so much more than we expected. We didn't bring enough bags with us to have all of them full and keep it in the bags. The only piece of the ivy that we really took off, all the downpipe, the roof, above the ivy there was all really not in great shape. All I did is put my shovel underneath it, pull it off the wall at the top there, and then I've just got in behind the root, really pulled that off, and there's Gareth pulling the root out there with my help on the shovel. Just came down to work our way through it as methodically as possible. We've got people with shovels, spades, brushes, just getting rid of as much material as possible and just working our way down. I do some work sometimes, a little bit sweaty. Why we didn't touch any more of that ivy, well, that downpipe was so loose, ready to fall off the wall, didn't want to break anything any further. Folding over the bags so they'll hold themselves open. Put some of the debris in there. Sole up close here on the left. He's had to take some soil back out because that bag was too heavy to lift into the back of the truck. Such a large volume of it, and it weighed so much it wore a hole in one of the dumpy bags, so we left a nice trail a little bit later. Tried to leave it blowing until right at the end, because it did create a bit of a dust cloud, and it was also fairly early in the morning. We arrived about 10 to 8, maybe quarter to 8, so we didn't want to start making too much noise and creating too much dust. Just the last of the tidying up now, sweeping up as much as possible, getting it all away. Nice trail, hole in the bottom of the bag, so left half of it behind. Now you can see why we weren't using the blower earlier. Sweeping it all up into a pile. One more bag. This lot as well. One final blow, and that should be it. Result. Debris. All the cut up brambles here on top, and there's the finished product up against the wall. You can see where the hedge came out to by the dark patch on the ground. Kept everything intact as far as the downpipe goes, although it does need a bit of attention, and hopefully we've got enough of the roots out that won't be coming back very soon. If you know a better way to deal with brambles, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe for more content.